Dr.Jackie's here, changing life loving you. Yeah, that's the groove, life loving you. Feel the truth, move, life loving you. It's all we do, come on through, it's just for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Life Lovin' You podcast with Dr. Jacquie, America's relationship and marriage coach. Today, we're diving into a powerful conversation on sex and intimacy, where she's helping two couples navigate the complexities of trust, boundaries, and authentic connection. In this session, you'll hear candid discussions about how to set clear limits in social settings, how to own your feelings, and why accountability and communication is the key to building a truly secure relationship. We'll explore the struggles of balancing personal freedom with commitment, the challenges of overcoming past wounds, and the transformative power of vulnerability. Get ready for raw, unfiltered insights that will inspire you to build and nurture relationships that are not only passionate but deeply rooted in trust and mutual respect.
To you, Jalissa and Jarrell, for joining us and for talking about something that a lot of couples find it difficult to talk about, and that's sex and intimacy. So welcome. I wanted to really start our session just by kind of exploring what it is that is a challenge to you in your relationship that we want to work through. So Jalissa, do you want to start first?
Yes. I felt like I wasn't getting what I needed. The sex was good, but the other side was kind of lacking.
There was
to
something
get
else.
to it, to get me all the way into it, you know?
So you're wanting to have greater engagement?
Yes. Yes.
And so what does that engagement look like to you?
Cooking together, cleaning together, watching movies together.
Okay, now I'm listening to you, but I'm trying to figure out, what does this have to do with sex?
We can't just get right into it.
Oh, okay.
I need you to say some words. I need you to do more.
You need words. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you needed your mind stimulated.
Yes.
And you wanted to be involved and engaged at a more intimate level.
Yes, all day.
All day.
Leading up.
Okay. So how did you relate that to Jarrell?
I didn't know how to in the beginning because I had only been in one relationship before him.
Okay.
So I didn't have much experience. So I didn't in the beginning. And then just having personal time with myself and just trying to dig a little bit deeper to know what I really wanted. And then I was able to relay that to him.
Okay. So Jarrell, when she came to you with that information, did you already have some of your own ideas of what challenges or what things you wanted to work on in the relationship?
When she first brought it to my attention, I more so thought I had it all under control. Meaning I thought that I was communicating with her enough, thought I was doing those things she wanted. Because like she said, sex for us was good. But in reality, I noticed that she wasn't giving me everything when it came down to sex. So once she brought it to my attention, I was kind of like, she was like, that's why I'm not being as open as you want me to be sexually. So it kind of made me take a step back as well, like, hold on, maybe I'm not giving her what she needs. Maybe I'm not giving her the intimacy, because I never knew what intimacy was.
Like now I know it was intimacy that I was missing. Now it's the sex and what I like and how to not be, how to be vulnerable while having sex. Like I didn't know how to to be real, I didn't know how to like make noise. I was like, oh, no.
So you restrained yourself?
Scared, yes.
Because you're afraid to actually express?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It made me feel very vulnerable.
But how did that make you feel though, Jarrell?
As a man, I felt like I wasn't doing my job. I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I felt like that if she wasn't moaning or making noise or doing anything, either I wasn't good enough for her. So it made me feel some type of way. It made me feel a little belittled at first.
Okay.
Until, like we said, we talked about it, and I realized it wasn't that. It's just I wasn't giving her what she wanted, and we wasn't really communicating in that area.
So, Jalissa, do you feel like you really understand specifically what sort of instructions you can give to Jarrell? So I heard you say, well, I want to cook together and I want to do these sorts of things together. But how can you cast the vision so that he can really understand what is the exact nature of the role that he's to play? Just every day try to cook with you and that means he's going to get lucky? I mean, what are we talking about here?
He's naturally affectionate, but it's just other. I can't remember how I brought it to you.
But you see how important it is to really define specifically. Because you say that he's very caring. So in my mind, he says he's doing things already. So what's the difference maker? You're needing something, you're saying, I want to do more together so that I'm more stimulated. But he's doing some of these things. So what is the difference that you're looking for?
The words.
The words.
The words.
You need words. So are these words of affirmation?
Yeah, no. Well,
Are they words that turn you on, sensual words about what he's going to do with you or do to you? What type of words specifically?
I love hearing what you love about me and not my body.
That's
I love
interesting.
hearing, oh
Like
my God, I love the way you
mentally,
think,
yeah.
like, you're a genius, like, yeah, you know.
Okay,
Stuff like
so
that.
those affirming words that don't have
wow.
anything to do with sex.
Yes.
But while we're spending time together.
Like if we have an intimate time, I notice like if we ride in the car, we watching a movie, and I be like, "You're so beautiful," it's okay. But when I go deeper, and I be like, "You know what? You made that decision today, and it was amazing. The way you handled yourself, the way you mentally controlled the situation, and like those things I notice." It helps. Like when
That
I give
catches
her,
my attention.
yeah, when I give her those type of words.
But what do those words give to you that you didn't have before?
What are the words now?
What do they give to you that you didn't have before?
It makes me feel like he sees who I am and not the outward. Not only the outward.
And that does something to help you to connect at
Yes.
a deeper level sexually.
Yes.
Okay. So what does Jarrell 2.0 look like now that he's beginning to understand this and he's beginning to work out the kinks and to give you this level of affirmation? What does 2.0 look like?
2.0 is 2.0.
I want to know too.
It's gotten a lot better. I can open up more. I think it made me feel safer when you seen me. So now I can open up more. Now I make noise more. I feel safer in that place because you're making me feel safe in this place.
But let's go back and try to figure out, where did your feeling of unsafety originate from? What made you feel that it was not okay for you to express yourself sexually in the confines of the relationship? And think about it. Your way that you muted yourself was with your voice. You didn't express with your voice, but you said that everything else in the relationship sexually was good. So what do you think that stems from?
I honestly think it came from childhood. I was very outspoken. And to the adults, I don't think they took that very well.
Okay.
So I started to try to,
Edit yourself.
be right. And then I also think it ties into not having that father figure, so not feeling safe. And then growing up in an environment where men looked at women, I just didn't want to be a part of that.
So you felt that women were largely objectified. But I think that's really interesting where you kind of localize that I didn't feel safe. And that I also started to mute myself. And so it seems like to me that the path forward for the two of you, particularly for you, Jaleesa, is in the area of healing.
Yes.
So we need to go back and we need to revisit some of these places, because even though you're giving her this form of affirmation, unless we really go back and we treat the root, we're only treating the symptoms. Would you agree?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm wondering, what is 2.0 going to look like? So he's giving you these affirmations, and you feel that that's helpful.
Yes.
But where can he go from there? And does that heal the real issue?
No, it doesn't.
How long have you been working on being more vocal?
I'd say the past 2 years.
2.5, maybe about 3 years.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Because we've been
Listen,
married
I was
for.
in a shell.
Well, I'm ready to plug and play. So really, that's why this is confirming to me that we're really dealing with the symptoms and not the root. Because if you've been plugging in a remedy for 2-3 years, we should be talking about things in past tense.
Well, figuring it out and then plugging it in.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know in the beginning. And then on the healing process, that's when I started to figure out different things. So, yeah.
Because since she started the healing process, I've noticed a lot different, not just in intimacy, but in general, Jaleesa 2.0 in general. And I think that's been like a plus because I'm noticing she's been, like you said, she became mute. So she became more vocal in every area of her life throughout our whole marriage, family, friends. And I think that's really, that healing process, like you were saying, has really helped her.
It's begun.
Yes.
So you're finding your voice again.
Definitely.
Yes.
In the bedroom and in the boardroom,
Yes.
right? So let's talk to you, Jarrell.
Yes.
Your area is learning how to be more intimate.
Yes.
So are we talking about showing your feelings, becoming vulnerable? Are we talking about being more open? What is it that intimacy means to you?
I believe in that area, me being more open. Because I never, because growing up, I was like the crybaby in the family. So I started getting to a place where it was like, I'm not going to be emotional anymore. So I'm going to detach my emotions. So I became somebody that I wasn't. I was still me, but without the emotions. So now I'm learning that it's okay to trust her, because that was my problem. I didn't trust people with my emotions. Because if I went to people in family or friends growing up, it was either, oh, you're a crybaby, or get over it, men don't cry, or they went back and told somebody else. So I didn't have that trust level. So I think it was one day she was talking, she was like, I don't think you trust me with your feelings or with your heart. And I told her I don't, because I never had the opportunity to. So I think now I'm learning to trust her more. I'm learning to be more vulnerable when it comes down to talking with her, being open with my emotions, open with how I really feel.
So Jarrell, what's your goal in terms of, where do you want to see yourself get to in terms of being intimate, vulnerable, and open with Jaleesa and with everyone in general, I would imagine?
I really want to be able to be vulnerable without feeling talked about or let down, or feeling like that I've let somebody down for being honest about how I feel, or feeling like I'm talked about or judged. You know, because as a man, you know, sometimes we looked at as we don't supposed to cry, we don't supposed to do certain things, but I'm the type where it's like, I don't care. Like I want to be open. I want to be able, because like even example, recently my mom passed, and it haven't even been a year yet. I haven't been emotionally available for her, so I haven't been talking about my emotions. So like if we're doing something and I start crying, I stop immediately because she's around. I don't want her to see that side of me. I don't want her to feel that, oh, he's a crybaby, even though it's a natural emotion, my mom. So I'm learning to, it's okay if I sit on her shoulder and cry. It's okay if she wipe my tears. So I think that's where my goal is to be okay with not being okay.
That's a big amen on that.
Yes.
But isn't it funny? You were expressive and open and vulnerable, and you felt, persecuted because of that. You were outspoken and vocal, and because of the feedback you got, you became muted. But then you both wound up with trust issues. Go figure.
Yeah.
So what I want to see happen is your homework for tonight. And this is going to help you in the area of sex and intimacy as well. There's someone inside of you that's trying to get out, Jaleesa. And what you have to do now is you have to remember who you were before they muted you and made you feel bad about being outspoken. There's something that you were created to speak about. And so you got to remember who that little girl was and let her out again. But this is your homework. I want you to take some time tonight, and I want you to sit together. I want you to sit Indian style, or to sit in the chair opposite one another, and just look in each other's eyes, holding each other's hands. And I want you to talk about what is deep on the inside that you haven't felt safe enough or free enough to share. And so I'm gonna call it your intimacy exchange. So you're gonna exchange your feelings. I want you, Jarrell, obviously you're not over the grieving of your mother.
No.
But you're still holding back on really letting the tears flow. I want you to tell her what it is that you're feeling about the loss of your mother, what it does to you, the stages that you seem to be struggling to get through, because it's difficult. You're without a mother now. And then, Jaleesa, I want you to open up your mouth and not only do the same thing, share. And it's okay, you let it flow. You're free to express that. And you guys make up your own safe place for one another. So I need you to demonstrate that for him. And I want you to show him how he can really be vulnerable with you. So Jarrell, even right now, look her in the eye. And I want you to tell her about what you are to her in terms of her safe place and what you will do to ensure that she feels that every day.
I want to be your personal diary that you can shut and lock. You can trust me with every emotion, every feeling, whatever you're going through, even from a child, things that nobody don't know about. I want to be that for you so that you can know that it's okay to be vulnerable with me, to me, towards me, or be vulnerable when it comes down to you being outspoken.
But
I'm here.
I see, Jaleesa, you're listening, but I almost feel you're pulling back a little bit when he started to share. What's going on? Are you believing him? Are you feeling that place of safety?
I don't feel it, but I do believe him.
Okay.
I do.
Sometimes the feelings take time. They have to catch up, right? So I want you to continue to affirm her in that way. And we're not going to treat the symptom, we're going to treat the root.
Yeah.
And you're going to speak directly to the root, which is, I'm here, I'm your safe place. I'm going to show you what manhood is all about. We're going to learn together. Because you're redefining what manhood is for her, right?
Yes.
And you're going to show her Jarrell
Yes.
2.0 and what it means to be that person. But remember the homework tonight. I want you to really look at each other, hold each other, and I need you to release. Are we good?
Yes.
Hey, Dr. Jacquie here. I'm your how-to lady. How to do life, how to do love, and how to do you, boo. So click, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more to come.